WLWT, a new season of baseball is upon us as the Reds try to make a run at the playoffs this year. It's the perfect time for a baseball history lesson, if you will.
That's right. The Reds' first World Series championship was won more than 100 years ago. And WLWT News 5 anchor Lindsey Stone explains the controversial baseball series that forever changed the game.
We dug into the archives for this film over a century old. It tells the story of the scandal that rocked baseball.
October 1919 over at Redland Field.
1919 is one of the most fascinating stories baseball has ever produced, in part because you can't just button it down neatly.
It's truly fascinating reading, not only in terms of what transpired, but also the personalities involved, many of whom were great players.
The White Sox were going to be very heavy favorites to beat the Reds.
It's game one of the Reds' first World Series appearance set at Redland Field.
And this is starting pitcher Eddie Cicotte of the White Sox drilling the first batter for the Reds in the back with a pitch. And that was the signal that the fix was in.
No one knew at the time that hit by pitch would start a scandal that would change the game of baseball forever. The Reds would go on to win their first World Series in a best-of-8. But as the wind settles, rumors swirl the White Sox players had thrown the championship.
Baseball and gambling had a pretty checkered history for decades leading up to what has become the most famous betting scandal in baseball history.
White Sox losers received some $35,000 to $80,000 from New York gamblers.
After a year-long investigation, a grand jury indicted 8 players on the White Sox, including one of the best outfielders of all time, Shoeless Joe Jackson.
They proved that there were 3 or 4 players with the White Sox that cheated for money. Gamblers set it up.
3 of the players admitted to taking money from gamblers, but never admitted to doing anything on the field to intentionally try to lose. While a jury found the players not guilty, the newly appointed National Baseball Commissioner, Kennesaw Mountain Landis, permanently banned all 8 players.
It really kind of set the stage for the one rule that has always been posted in Major League Baseball clubhouses is a rule dealing with gambling. As we talk, it's kind of ironic that that's the case today, with the gambling industry spending billions of dollars in all sports.
The one thing you cannot do in baseball is bet on or against your team. The reverberations of that are with us to this day.
While some felt it put an asterisk next to the Reds' first World Series win, the Reds Hall of Fame chief curator Chris Eckes disagrees, citing that season the Reds set a record for highest winning percentage.
Will there always be questions about it? Sure, but on paper, I just don't believe it bears out that the White Sox, if they'd all been playing, up to their abilities, that they would have steamrolled the Reds.
There's still questions about what happened in October 1919, but those secrets now buried with the players and gamblers who pulled it off.
We love the mystery, we love the questions, and it's endlessly fascinating.
These White Sox players admitted to accepting the bribes, but it's up to you to decide if they threw the game. Would the Reds have won regardless? There are so many unanswered questions that will live in infamy with the 1919 Black Sox scandal. Lindsey Stone, WLWT News 5.
Well, as Lindsey mentioned, it's ironic. Marty was talking about how gambling is such a big deal. It's also ironic because of what happened recently with Pete Rose passing away, and the whole reason that he was out of the game of baseball was gambling.
And actually, Marty, he says Pete was one of his very best friends. We had tried to talk to him when Pete died, and of course it was too emotional. He also talked with Lindsey about Pete Rose and their friendship and losing him. That story's tomorrow night at this time.